guys, it's Lynn with Little Fit Nursery. I am here with baby Vera, and baby Vera is actually painted by myself. I reborn her, gosh, was it like a little over a year ago? It was like a year and a half ago. She was my contest baby for Rose Doll Show 2018. I just think this sculpt is so sweet. She's the Laila Realborn sculpt by Bountiful Baby. So I wanted to do a changing video with her. I'm going to put her in this like T collection romper. I think it might be a little bit big on her because it's a size 0 to 3 and she's really newborn size, but I'm going to just put it on her anyway just because it's a cute, it's a new outfit that none of the babies have tried on yet, and I think it would look cute on her. So I'm going to try it on her and hope that it works. If not, I will change her right out of it. But the topic I wanted to chat about, I saw this again, like I found another topic from UniRebornDad's channel, so I wanted to talk about it. And I apologize, I don't know if he started the topic or if there are any other people who talked about it, but his video was the one where I saw it. So anyway, he was talking about, like, do artists lose the right to you know, kind of like in terms of how their dolls are used, like after they sell them, and you know, what right does the artist have in terms of like how the baby is used, and I wanted to chat about that, but also kind of extend the topic a little bit to talk about, you know, kind of collectors who sell on a doll from their collection, you know, like what rights, you know, do they have at that point as well. So yeah. So anyway, I thought it was a really interesting topic, because, you know, most of us, you know, if you were to buy and sell a doll and then, you know, kind of and then that baby go, you know, sorry, if you were to buy and sell something else, let's say, you know, you're moving and you need to get rid of furniture, and you were to list a bunch of things on like Craigslist, like you know, once that furniture is gone, I think most people are like, yeah, they don't know how that furniture is going to be used. Maybe it was like a prized heirloom wood table that the person buying it, I mean, I don't think this would ever happen, but the person buying it was like, oh, cool, I just need like firewood. I'm just going to use this as firewood and just burn it up. Like, I don't actually really want to keep the furniture itself, but I got it cheap enough that I'm just going to burn it up and use it as firewood. I mean, I think the truth is we don't really know what happens to most of our things after we sell them on, you know, especially if we sold them secondhand. We have no idea of what, you know, what happened to those items. And so, but I feel like because this community and this hobby, oh, this is way big on her. I have a feeling this is just not going to work. Oh yeah, this is just way too big. She's, although, oh yeah, you guys can see, look how big the neck is. Like, she is just swimming in this. Okay. This is not going to work. In fact, I think I need to put her on one of my, like, just bigger babies, like, more like a 3 to 6 month baby. Well, that's disappointing. This is a size 0 to 3. But yeah, it's very wide. So, okay. All right, guys, I'm going to need to find something else for Miss Vera to wear. So hang tight here while I scrounge a little bit. Let me see here. I don't know if this is going to work. Okay. My apologies, guys. Okay, I'm just going to keep talking here while I search for something for her to wear. Okay, I found something. This belongs to Ella, but this is so pretty. It's this knit, sorry, not Ella, my Mia, but she's my Ella by Jenny Lee. And it's a newborn size. So, okay, so lesson learned, do not put 3-month size clothing on newborn size babies and hope that'll work. I think the reason I did it was because I had recently bought some things from Disney Baby, and their 0 to 3 month I think runs a little small, so I felt like it actually fit. Oh yeah, this is a perfect fit for her. So I felt like it actually fit my babies pretty well. Okay, so but yeah, I think, so my point was, I think in the reborn community, like when we sell on a baby, sometimes we do know what happens to that doll, because maybe that the new mommy is in the community and that sort of thing, and you might still see that baby occasionally, maybe on someone's YouTube channel, or something like that. And I think that's kind of one of the cool things, because it's like these dolls are really, like, we kind of see them beyond dolls, you know, in a way, right? Like we really kind of think of them as our babies. And so, and I think as an artist too, I know for myself personally, like I'm actually less emotionally attached to my own work than I am to dolls in my personal collection. And I think it's because when they've been in my personal collection, I've like interacted with them. And it's like that interaction of dressing them, of giving them a name, of, you know, yeah, I mean, if I did an outing, like taking them places, that's like the bond that's built. And so, you know, kind of you learn to sort of care for your doll. And care about what happens to that doll. And so I think when, you know, like if I sold a baby on, and like I found out later that the new buyer had like literally just trashed the doll. I think when it's like your own work, that just really hurts, right? Like it's not a good feeling, and I've seen some people, you know, write about that situation, and it's an awful feeling. But at the same time, it's like there's just nothing you can do about it, and you really don't have any rights to in terms of what happens to the doll after you've sold it. It's no longer your personal property, and it's really up to the new buyer to do what they want to do. Whether it's, you know, reborn, you know, if it's role playing, and maybe role playing is not something that you're into. I know for myself, I'm not really I'm not into role playing at all. I just like to hold my dolls, and I like to change them, and I like to do YouTube videos and talk about them primarily. I've done the occasional outing, but it's very rare. So, yeah, so, you know, if the new mommy enjoys doing that, and you're like not into it, and you're like, oh, I don't like seeing my doll used that way, that's not really, you know, it's not really your right. Like you've definitely like lost that right after you sold the baby on. I was also kind of thinking about, like, you know, I had that video where I was talking about portrait babies, and how, you know, it is kind of weird, like knowing that there are like 25 Emery Mays out there, and these are portrait dolls after my own daughter, when she was a baby. Like, but, you know, and I have to assume and hope that, you know, all the Emery Mays are being treated well and taken good care of and stuff like that. But, you know, it's a doll, and it's not, you know, if somebody chooses to give that doll to their child to play with, and, you know, the doll loses a toe as a result, because kids should not have silicone dolls, okay? That is just something I firmly believe. They're just too young for it. I think a lot of adults even, you know, unintentionally can damage a silicone baby too. So, oh, by the way, I want to show you guys how cute she looks in this, and let me show you the back. She's just got like this cute ruffle back, and it's got these buttons. But yeah, she's a sweet baby. Come here. So, she's like one of my favorites that I've ever painted. I like really, really love her. So, so yeah, I mean, I do think that, yeah, we don't have a say. But I can see how if somebody was like, I have seen this before, and I feel this way too about certain dolls that I'm selling on. Like, I want to know that it's going to somebody who's going to really appreciate it. And somehow that makes, and especially if it's a situation where it was maybe a hard decision to sell that baby, knowing how happy it made the next mommy really, really helps. Helps me to let go, you know? So that, yeah, so that's definitely something that like I've thought of, and just kind of realized, like, you know, so for example, you know, Maggie, you guys all know Maggie is, her sale is pending, and she's on a layaway, and her mommy is like paying her, you know, slowly, you know, kind of month by month. Um, but yeah, like, but I know that that's like her dream baby, you know, and this is a doll that she's like really wanted for a long time, and so it makes it easier for me to let that doll go, because I know that I have, you know, so many other babies that I adore, you know. So, but yeah, but yes, I agree completely with what Sean said in his video, that, you know, once that we really don't have any rights, and I think this applies definitely to dolls we've sold on from our personal collection, as well as dolls that we, you know, painted. You know, if the new mommy or new owner is, you know, just neglectful, and, you know, trashes your work, or, you know, or something like that, like that's a horrible feeling, or trashes a doll that was a treasure doll in your collection. It's an awful feeling. You know, there are a lot of people out there who play very, like, they really play very actively with their dolls, or maybe changing them multiple times a day. You know, if they have rooted hair, like they're combing the hair a lot. Um, you know, just not being careful about, you know, if your hands have oils on them and stuff like that. You know, just touching on them, and, you know, rubbing, you know, you can rub the paint off. I mean, you know, I've definitely seen, you know, dolls that look quite used, if that makes sense. But, you know, that's really not, it's not your, you know, it's not your property anymore. So you really, you know, it's completely up to the new person, you know, what they do. And you kind of just don't have a say anymore at that point. So, um, yeah, so I completely agree. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. And other artists, like, do you guys get attached to your work? Like, I mean, I think I definitely have had a few that I've painted where I'm like, oh, this one's like hard to let go. And it's like, I know it's a custom order, so I know I have to let this one go, you know, that kind of thing. I've definitely had that feeling before. But yeah, but for the most part, you know, I bonded maybe during the painting process, but otherwise not so much. But I have had a few sales of dolls in my personal collection that I really felt like were very tough to let go. So, um, yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are on this topic. And yeah, and Vera's just going to wave bye to you guys, and we will talk to you all later. Bye.